Install Kodi on your iPhone without jailbreaking? Prerequisites: Windows or Mac computer, iTunes, a free Apple ID or a paid developer ID, iOS 5.1.1 or higher on your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch, Lightning or 30-pin USB cable, depending on your iOS device, CDO impactor, either the stable Kodi IPA v17.0 or release candidate Kodi IPA v17.1 RC1. Step 1. Set up your computer. This is by far the simplest step in installing Kodi onto your iOS device. If you are on Windows, place the Kodi IPA and the extracted contents from the impactor zip into the same folder. This isn't required, but it will save you a couple of seconds later on. If you're on a Mac, just drag the impactor icon from the DMG file into your Applications folder to install the utility. Now, connect your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch to your computer with either your 30-pin or Lightning USB cable. If iTunes or anything else automatically opens, close it. Step 2. Launch CDO Impactor. On Windows, simply double-click the Impactor exe to run the program. Do not run it as an administrator, doing so breaks the click and drag function that we'll be using in the next step. On a Mac, launch Impactor and click on Open when asked if you'd like to launch this program. Depending on your gatekeeper security settings, you may need to a bit more to open this app up. 3. Sideload Kodi on your iOS device. Make sure that your iOS device is detected in top drop-down menu. If you have multiple devices connected, it's highly recommended to remove everything except for the one which you want to install Kodi on, so there is no mistake. Next, find the Kodi IDA file you downloaded on your computer in Step 1 and click and drag it onto the CDO Impactor window. Enter your Apple or developer ID. CDO Impactor will use your Apple ID or developer ID to install the IPA, which is perfectly safe. CDO Impactor doesn't look at or save your information, it only sends it to Apple's servers for permission to sideload Kodi onto your iOS device. So, enter your email associated with Apple on the pop-up, then your password on the next pop-up. If a warning opens stating that previous developer IDs and apps will be removed from your device, you can either click OK or restart the sideloading process and use the ID already associated with your iOS device. 5. Verify Kodi was sideloaded. CDO Impactor begin the sideloading process, so wait for it to say complete. Note, if you missed the complete notification, but CDO Impactor's window looks as if you just opened it, that means it's done. Kodi's app icon will show up on one of your iOS device home pages, so look for that to verify that it was sideloaded properly. 6. Trust yourself as a developer. Once Kodi has been sideloaded successfully, it's safe to now unplug your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch from your computer, as we have completed all the steps that required your Mac or Windows PC. Now, on your iOS device, open up the Settings app, go to General, Device Management. It may also say Profiles and Device Management, depending on if you have a beta version of iOS installed. Then tap on the Apple ID you used when sideloading Kodi with CDO Impactor. On the next screen, tap on Trust, then confirm that you want to trust the apps installed by the user. Now Kodi should be all ready to use. 7. Confirm that Kodi installed correctly and works. To make sure it's working properly, open up Kodi on your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch. You might get a warning claiming Kodi might slow down your device, but you can just ignore that, as it's a standard warning. If you get a black screen, don't worry. Just close and relaunch Kodi until it loads up. It's a known bug that sometimes occurs during the first launch. 8. Enjoy and customize it. That's all there is to it. You now have a running installation of Kodi, one of the best multimedia managers, on your iOS device. You can start adding your own files to it right away, or you start installing add-ons. Just open the tab, Movies, Music, etc. you want, tap on Get More, and choose the add-ons you want to install. I won't get into using it any further than that, since half the fun of Kodi is learning it for yourself, since it's very intuitive. 9. Very important note. If you use your irregular Apple ID, you'll have to re-sideload Kodi every 7 days, due to Apple's restrictions on free accounts. If you have a developer ID, then you'll only have to re-sideload Kodi once a year, but for the price, it's not worth it if you are just using Kodi, since it only takes like 20 seconds to reinstall it. To reinstall Kodi after the 7 days is up, Just drag and drop the Kodi IPA file onto CDO Impactor again and go from there. All of your data should remain intact on your iOS device. Granted, you didn't delete Kodi on the iOS device before reinstalling.